Hello friends, this is Hatim Rampurawala, and in this video we will revise chapter number 2 of the costing CA final SCMPE, that is costing basically. Chapter name is Modern Business Environment. In the earlier video we had covered chapter 1, and from this video onwards, second, third, we'll try to cover almost every chapter as possible. So we'll revise. As I said at the last of the first video also, that I will not be taking much time in explaining the thing, because you would have already been revised the concept. So I will just be focusing on how they had basically solved the sum, so it won't take much time in your revision, that how the figure have arrived as such. And basically wherever there is a reading part, that is theory based, some they have asked for comment or the analysis, that part we will read entire along, so you don't have to worry for that. But for the sums part, I will directly go through that, how that amount came, without further much explanation. So we'll carry forward. Okay, illustrations. There are three illustrations only, as we can see on the screen. Illustration 1. Li- uh, Livewell Limited is a manufacturing company that produces a wide range of the consumer product for the home consumption. Along with the popular products are its energy efficient and environment friendly LED lamps. The company has a quality control department that monitors the quality of the production. So it has a quality control department, so monitors the quality. It produces the popular product LED lamp. Okay. As well, as per the recent cost of the poor quality, the current rejection rate of the LED lamp is 5% input. 5% of the unit input, 5,000 units of the input go through the process each day. So we have to calculate 5,000 into 5% of the inputs gets rejected. So it amounts to 5,000 into 5, it is 250. Okay. Units of the input go through the processes each day. Each unit that is rejected result in an 200 rupees loss. So when we multiply this 250 with 200, we get 50,000 rupees. Okay, we'll see how to apply this data. The quality control department has processed the few changes to the inspection process that would enable early detection of the defect. So that will result, we can find out the defect earlier, so that will reduce our defect rate from 5% to 3% of the units input. The improved inspection will cost 15,000 rupees a day. So this was costing, earlier we were being cost 50,000 rupees a day, 250 into 200. And by installing this feature, it will be 15,000 rupees a day, plus of that 3% that more cost we will incur, that 3% of the unit, that will also be along with that 15,000. So analyze the proposal and suggest if it would be beneficial for the company to implement it. So what we will do, what how much percent we are saying is 2% we are saving. So 5,000 into 2%, 2% is 5% minus 3%, 2% is amounting to 100 into 200 rupees, the amount which we were losing. So it is amounting to 20,000 rupees gain. So we are gaining 20,000 and we are incurring the cost of 15,000 for that. So the net benefit is 5,000. So it is so we should accept the proposal. And second, after implementation, analyze the maximum rejection rate beyond which the proposal ceases to be beneficial. So at what amount it will cease to be beneficial, that is, it is costing 15,000. So once the benefit is less than 15,000, it is not beneficial for us. So what we will do is divide 15,000 divided by 15,000 divided by 200, because 15,000 is the amount, 200 is the loss per unit. loss, so it is amounting to 75 unit. So beyond 75 unit, wait a second, अबे हाउ टू इंटरप्रेट दिस, मेरे मैंने समझा नहीं कर बट अबे 15,000 है 7,000 we'll quickly go through the solution. The analysis of the proposal to make the changes to the inspection process. The company wants to reduce the cost of the poor quality on account of the rejection item from the processes. The current rejection rate is 5%, that is proposed to be improved to 3% of the unit input. The expected benefit of the company can be worked out as follows. The unit of the input each day is 5,000. At the current rate 5%, 250 units of the inputs are rejected each day. It is proposed to reduce the rejection rate to 3. So they are reducing to 3 by incurring a cost of 15,000, that is 150 unit input rejected each day. Therefore the improvement of the inspection process would reduce the number of the unit rejected by 100. So earlier it were rejecting 250, if it reduces, and if it is now rejecting 150, so we are benefiting with 100 units, 100 units each day. The resultant cost of the poor quality would be reduced by 20,000 each day. How this 20,000 came is 1,000 units which we saved, that is 3% minus 5% minus 3%, that is 2%, is amounting to 100 into 200 rupees cost which we were about to incur, that we have saved. So there is a saving of 20,000. The cost of implementation this additional control of to the inspection process would be 15,000 each day. The net benefit of the company on implementation of the proposal would be 5,000 rupees each day. 20,000 minus 15,000, the net benefit. Okay, therefore the company should implement the proposal. The second part they have asked is till what level there will be a benefit, and from what level there can't be a benefit for as such. So the analysis of the maximum rejection rate beyond which the proposal ceases to be beneficial. So maximum rejection rate is 3.5, as we had calculated, the same calculation they had done here. The cost of the improving the control, the cost of improving the control of the inspection process is 15,000 each day. The number of the unit of the processed each day is 5,000. So the cost of inspection which we are incurring is 15,000, and the number of the units input processed is they are 5,000. The cost of rejection is 200 rupees. This is the basic data which they have given from the question itself. To make it sense, it makes sense to implement the improvement to control only if the benefit is greater than the cost involved. Perfect. So if the benefit is greater than the cost involved, that is 15,000, so we will accept proposal as such. To find out the point where the benefit equal to the cost, solve the following equation. Let the number of the rejection in the number of the reduction in the rejection each day due to the improved control of R at that leave that line at 200 per unit. The benefit from the rejection is rejection would be 200 into R. At what point would be equal to the cost of control of 15,000 per day? Solving 200 into R is equal to 15,000. They have actually confused a little bit. What we simply have to do is, what you do is 15,000 divided by 200, we will get 75. See how they have got. Solving this, we get 75. This is the this if that is if the improvement of the inspection process control reduces the number of the rejection by 75 unit each day. The benefit of the company benefit that would benefit the company 15,000 rupees each day. That is if the rejection rate improves by 1.5%. So how this 1.5% came, as I said earlier also, 75 divided by 5,000 into 100, it amounts to 1.5. If the rejection rate improves by 1.5, then the benefit accruing to the company would be equal to the cost incurred. In other words, the rejection rate, when the rejection rate is 3.5, that is current 5 minus improvement 1.5 or below. So if it is 3.5 or below, the proposal would be beneficial, because on 3.5 exact it is benefit is coming to 15,000 and cost is also 15,000, so we won't be benefited. But if it is less than 3.5, we will be benefited, and if it is more than 3.5, we will not be benefited. In this range, the saving of the cost of the poor quality will be more than the cost involved. For example, as explained above, when the improved rejection rate is 3, so we had seen this kind of example in the early upper part also. The first part of the question, the net benefit amounts to 5,000. When it is 3, it is amounting to 5,000 rupees benefit. Beyond 3.5 rejection rate, the proposal will result in a saving to the cost of the poor quality that is less than 15,000. So if it is beyond 3.5 the rejection rate is, so we will gain, but we will gain less than 15,000 each day. So we are done with this illustration. Second illustration. This is also a basic simple question. H Limited manufactures 3 products. The material, I don't feel, actually I don't know I'm going fast or not. So if you feel that I should go a little bit slow or some, you can comment it below, comment in the comment section below. But I think if you had revised this sums earlier also, then this would be a smooth flow for you as well, because I'm also reading, because that reading makes consume unnecessary time. The basic calculation if we do directly in exam also, we will get the marks. Okay. Illustration 2. H Limited manufactures 3 products. The material cost, selling price, and the bottleneck resources detail per unit are as follows. Okay, selling price they are given for the 3 product. Material cost they have given, bottleneck resource minute they have given, resource minutes, time minute. Okay, budget factory cost they have given is 22 1600. The bottleneck resources time available is 75 120 minutes per period. So what they require is required, the company adopted throughput accounting and product are ranked according to the product. So we have to rank, actually company adopted throughput accounting and product are ranked according to the product return per minute, product return per minutes. Select the highest ranked product. So what we will do first is prepare a table, particulars and 3 columns for x, y, and z. First we'll write selling price 66 75 90 minus variable or material cost is 24 30 24. We will get the contribution per unit. What we'll do is divide by the bottleneck resource per minute, and we'll get the throughput ratio. Nice, the throughput ratio, yeah. See, contribution per minute. See, selling price minus variable cost, we will get throughput contribution divided by per minutes per unit it was consuming. So it is contribution per minute we are getting. Okay, per minute what contribution we are earning. So based on that we had given a ranking. So first rank is given to y, second to x, and consequently third to z. Second thing they have asked is calculate the throughput accounting ratio and comment on it. So how to calculate throughput accounting is, first, what how to prepare the table. You should always keep in mind how to present the answer. So first we'll do again same particular and xyz. First we will write contribution per minute, this second last line, the same we will copy paste down. It's also contribution per minute 2.8 3 and 2.5. Below that we will write throughput, what the exact wording they have used is factory cost per minute. Okay, this 22 2 lakh 21,600 divided by 75 120. How much it comes? 25 160 divided by 75 120. It is amounting to 2.95. 2.95. So see, they have written the same thing down. This divided by this, so 2.95 2.95 2.95. So TA ratio we will get. TA ratio is contribution per minute divided by factory cost per minute. So it is amounting to 0.9 1.02 and 0.85. So it says that if the for ranking purpose, the higher amount we had given the first rank, but it should basically be above 1. Actually it should be above 1, so it is perfect, acceptable we can say. And these are costing us more, that is x and z is costing us more, and the y is perfectly charged, that is 1.02, as it is more than 1. So comment product X yield more contribution compared to average factory contribution per minute, whereas X and Y yield less. So this two are yielding less, so it should basically be above 1. So we can say it is beneficial. Okay, we will move to next illustration. There is, but just remember this thing, uh, this wordings: contribution per minute. Then what we have done is factory cost per minute, as factory cost they have given in here also below this table, factory cost in minutes. So we can simply write factory cost per minute, and then what we will get is by dividing this to TA ratio and ranking based on TA ratio. This wordings just you remember if they asked, if in exam, for example, the same question appears. Third illustration. uh, this is also a simple question. Sign World is a movie theater is located in a town with many colleges and universities around it. The town has a substantial student population, most of whom are avid movie grows. Let it be. Business for the Sign World has been slow in the recent years due to the advent of the streaming website that shows the latest and the popular movie online. However, the management of the Sign World continues to feel the student would enjoy and still enjoy watching movies on a big screen. So they were anticipating that, however, the management of the Sign World continues to feel that student would enjoy moving on a big screen. Okay, along with the facilities and the ambience that along the movie theater can offer, that if we watch the same film or movie in mobile, and if we watch the same in theater, there is a big difference because of the ambience and all. So accordingly, they had framed a plan to attract the student by offering the discount on the movie ticket. An average time a student spent at a college or the university is 4 years, which is average duration of any course. So 4 years they have a target, so that 4 years generally a student comes to a college or a university, goes to a college or university for a nominal one-time subscription fees. Sign World plans to offer the student this discount on the movie ticket for a period of 4 years by attracting more footfalls. Sign World targets to cross sell its food and beverages and souvenir. This would help it sustain a reasonable revenue each year. So by offering this, not just by selling movie tickets, but they will offer food and beverages and also souvenir also. So it will gain a revenue, it will earn a revenue to Sign World would attract the attention to plan by initial offering free tickets, food, beverages and gift vouchers. So initially for the promotion purpose they will offer this all for free. This one time initial expenses net of the one time subscription fee collected would cost 5000 rupees per student. So this is the cost which they are incurring for each student. So for benefiting, uh, so for this is the cost which they are incurring, so they will provide this to students. Okay, you got, means this is simply the cost. I'm not going in much detail. On the subscription to the plan, the viewers of the viewers viewership and purchases of each student is expected to be as follows. uh, Particulars: year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Spend on the movie ticket is 2000 rupees in year 1, year 2 and 1500 in year 3, 4. Spend on food and beverages and spend on souvenir and accessories per year. This respectively amount have been given. Assumption: only 50% of the subscribers are expected to visit the theaters in third and fourth year. So the first line, spend on movie ticket, this thing, in first and second year 100% student are coming, in third and fourth year the same reduces to 50%. Then across all the years only 75% of the subscriber who visited the theater are expected to buy the food and beverages. Simple. In year 1, year 2, 100% student were there, of that they have said only 75% will consume the food and beverages. And in second year there were 50%, and of that 50%, 75%, that is 37.5% students will consume food and beverages. And the third assumption they have said is only 25% of the subscriber who visited are expected to buy the souvenir in year 1 and year 2, and 10% in year 3 and year 4. So in year 1 100% movie tickets were sold, so 25% of that is 25% will spent on souvenir, and in 3 and 4 they had said only 10%. So 10% of the 50% which have visited in third and fourth year. So there is 5, because 50 into 10% is 5. Given the PVAF for year 1 to year 4 is 3.169, and for year 1 and year 2 is 1.735. So first basic thing what we will do is find the PVAF for third and fourth year. So we will deduct 3.169 minus 1.735. We will get 1.4 something, 1.434. So calculate the customer lifetime value per subscriber for the above plan. Customer lifetime value we have to calculate. Solution: the customer lifetime value per subscriber can be found by calculating the present value of the revenue that is generated over the period of the 4 years. Present value, so that's why they have given the PVAF, because this data relates to the revenue for the 4 years. So what would be the present value? As such, on the basis of that we have to evaluate whether to accept or reject the proposal. So whether to move on or not to move on with this proposal, actually not accept or reject. This netted out the cost incurred to attract the subscriber would give the customer lifetime value per subscriber. So per subscriber they can find by this. uh, just remember this table structure for exam purpose also, because how to present the answer, that is also important, and that if it is done as per ICI only, so we'll get the full marks instead of any deduction as such. Okay, so SR, first we'll write serial number, then particulars for this thing, year 1, year 2, and this stuff we have to prepare particulars. Then revenue, what revenue we have earned, present value, so we'll get the present PVF, then we'll get the present value, and then the probability as they have said in the 3 assumptions, that is 100%, 50%, 75%, 10%, 25%, that all thing, and the net revenue which we gain. So first we'll start by the cost. What company had incurred the cost is 5,000 rupees, the initial cost they have incurred as they have given over here. Second last line, that is 5,000 per student it would cost. Then the revenue, second point, revenue from selling of movie ticket is in year 1 and 2 2000, year 3 and 4 1500. Accordingly we had written the PVF for year 1, year 2, year 3 and year 4. We have find the present value, and probability was 50 and 25, 150%. So we had found the net revenue. So the above one, first point is only the cost, and the second, third and fourth point is the revenue thing. Just see this probabilities carefully. Then in for third point, they have given the probability as 75% will consume food in year 1, year and year 2, and year 3 and year 4 only 75% of 50%, that is 37.5. And year in the fourth point they had said only 25% of the those who have visited so will spend on souvenirs. So 100% 25 is 25%, and 50% 10% is 5%. Accordingly we had got a total revenue of 12,394, and we had incurred the cost initially as 5,000. So net revenue is 7,394. Note is not important. Note 1, note through, note 2, note they have given that only the probabilities they have used. Okay, so last para we will read. Present value of the, how much time we have done, 23 minutes, my God. Present value of the total revenue generated over the 4 years amounted to 12,393, while the corresponding expenses is 5,000. Therefore the customer lifetime value per subscriber is 7393. Signworld has to multiply this with the expected number of the subscriber each year to find out if this would be profitable. uh, Signworld has to multiply this with the expected number of the subscriber each year to find out if it would be profitable. Actually it is profitable, because we are gaining 7,394. Therefore the customer lifetime value per subscriber is 7393. Okay, we'll move towards test your knowledge, because there were only 3 illustrations. This gain sharing arrangement which they have given in here along with this example is important, because the same question, based on this concept, they had asked the question in May 2020 RTP. We are not discussing currently this, but I'm just saying, letting you know that this is an important concept. Illustration. Cost of the quality. Total quality management. Uh, CIMZ is a new banking company which is about to open its first branch in India. CIMZ believes that in order to win the customer from the market, it need to offer the potential customer a new banking experience. Other banking company are focusing just on interest rate and bank charges. So for providing the better, this CIMZ is believing that to provide a better quality, better services to the customer. And how other banks are benefiting the customer is by focusing just on the interest and the bank charges, whereby CIMZ believes that the quality and the timely availability of the services is an important factor. So how quality and timely quality by providing a good staff, that is there should be a proper training to the employees given, so that they can deal with the customer properly. They can solve the problems as quick and efficient and in efficient manner, and so that the customer would be happy, they would refer to their other family friends also to open the account in this bank. So this will be like a publicity for the bank, an advertisement, a promotion for the bank. Then by a timely availability, that is increasing the staff, increasing the branches, so that they don't have to wait for a much big queue, uh, so that they can get the benefit by this thing, that is quality and the timely availability of the services is an important factor to attract the customer. We will read the answer as well. Required, explain how the total quality management would enable the CIMZ to gain competitive advantage in the banking. So how this total quality management will help CIMZ? So actually the any business, they first have to focus on fulfilling the customer needs. They have to set the customer needs as their objective of the company. So by achieving their objective, they will automatically fulfill the customer needs. uh, Actually by uh, satisfying the customer, they will fulfill their business objective, like by the sentence have to be okay. We will read the answer. Total quality management is the management philosophy. It is a management philosophy. It is concerned itself with managing the processes and the peoples to make sure that the customer is satisfied at each and every stage. So that it is a managing of the people and processes. These two words are important, so that the customer are satisfied at each and every stage. This means making the need of the customer priority, expanding the relationship beyond the traditional services. So not the traditional services which other bank are offering, what the currently bank have to do is improve the services from traditional services and incorporating the customer needs in their business plan. So incorporate the customer needs in the business plan and the corporate strategy. In TQM, the concept of the quality is pre-received pursued exclusively from the frame of reference of the customer. This customer can be internal, such as those working in another department, and there can be external customer also. So who all are the customer? External customer, that is the actual customer, and internal customer, the employees as well, they are also the customer of the bank. In TQM, the concept of the quality is pursued exclusively from the framework of the experience of the customer. This customer can be internal as well as those working within the one department to another department, working in another department, and that the external customer, who are the end recipient of the product and the services. The organization should attempt for the continuous improvement in the quality that is that it delivers. So they have to improve their quality. There should be a continuous improvement in the quality that delivers with an ultimate aim of achieving the zero defects in the quality. So you would have understand the first para as such, that they are saying that it is a management philosophy. It deals with managing of people and processes. Then at each stage, they have to ensure that customer are satisfied at each and every stage. It means that making the customers priority, our business goal, our business objective should be fulfilling the customer needs as such. Expanding the relationship beyond the traditional by incorporating the customer needs in the business plan. So we have to incorporate the customer needs in business plan as well. Then total quality is the concept of the quality which is pursued exclusively from the frame of the reference of the customer can be internal customer, that is another department, or the external customer. So by organization should attempt for continuous improvement in the quality that it delivers with an ultimate aim of achieving the zero defect in its quality. So they have to continuously improve so that there are zero defects. The TQM should be viewed as an investment rather than the quality that rather than the cost that should be minimized. So it should be treated as an investment rather than the cost. That there are many ways in which the investment can be made in the TQM. First, fine tuning of the product mix. That is, by product mix they can invest in product mix so that the customer would buy that product. Then what we can say, ensuring the good quality, fine tuning of the process of ensuring quality, introducing the employee development program with the nature of academic courses. Then empowering the employee and professional personally, empowering improving the top management commitment to quality, so improve the quality. Then empower the employee professionally and personally. Then introducing the employee development program, so there should be an employee development program. Product mix, first product mix, they should be ensuring fine tuning of the processes of the quality. Then empowering employees, then introducing the employee development programs. Then improve the top management commitment to quality, monitor the performance and proper rewarding based on the achievements, ensuring the customer satisfaction. And there should be a that customers should be satisfied, that is ensuring customer satisfaction. CIMZ could provide its employee with the training in the technical aspect of the banking practices, as well as in the customer care. So they should provide in technical aspect also, the training should be provided in technical aspect also, and customer care also. The customer would just get a better services, not only technically but also from the customer care perspective. So both side they should get the benefit, that is technically also and customer care perspective as well. This should lead to the smaller customer complaints and greater customer satisfaction. This could also motivate the customer to recommend other to use this bank. This will motivate them to recommend this bank to others. TQM also requires CIMZ to provide its customer requirement immediately to respond to its customer. So by installing TQM, it will require the CIMZ to respond to this customer immediately. For example, by providing more staff to reduce the length of the queue in festive season. By time it if the bank could be used to open for a longer hours to allow the customer to complete their bank customer to complete their bank related requirement and have the meetings with the bank employee at the time that is more convenient to the customer. This would lead to the more satisfaction to the customer. So how the customer will be satisfied, that that keeping the bank open for a longer hours and increasing the staff during the festive season. Then meetings the scheduling of the meetings with the bank employee should be also as per the convenience of the customer. So this would all would lead to the customer satisfaction in long run. If the bank continues to follow TQM, the company the bank would have higher profits. And if the company, that is if the bank follows the TQM, it will have the higher profits and the competitive advantage also in the banking sector, despite incurring the additional expenditure to improve the quality. So by incurring the cost on the total quality management, we can't say exactly the cost, it is an investment. So that will what that will provide to bank is the higher profits and the competitive advantage in the banking sector. Okay. Then question number 2. Actually, what I'm thinking is opening two PDF so that we don't have to go again and again up and down. Wait a second. Here is the question. Here is the answer. Sorry for the inconvenience and the time delay. Okay, we will read the question. Cool Air private manufacturers electronic component of the car. The car manufacturers are the primary customers. So Cool Air is the manufacturer and car manufacturers are the it is the manufacturer of the electronic components for the car, and the car manufacturers are the primary customer for this product. The raw material component are bought, assembled, and the car components are sold to the customer. The customer is the car manufacturer. The market demand for this component is 5 lakh units per annum. The cool so the demand for this product is 5 lakh, for the component is 5 lakh. The Cool Air has the market share of 1 lakh, that is 20%. This Cool Air is having the market share. Below are some of the details relating to the product. Selling price 2500, raw material 900, assembly and machinery 500, delivery cost 100, contribution 1000. The customer, due to the defects in the product return 5000 units each year. They are replaced free of charge by the Cool Air. So this there is always a 5000 units products defects, and they are returned and replaced free of charge by the Cool Air Limited. The replaced component cannot be repaired. The replaced component cannot be repaired and do not have any of the scrap value. Okay, so they will not gain also from that product, but they would have to incur the cost for replacing the product. This if this defective component had not been supplied, that it had the sales return due to the defective units being nil. If this defective units instead of 5000 would have been nil, that is nothing would have been written. So customer perception about the quality of the product would improve. This would yield 10% increase in the market share for the Cool Air. That is demand for its product could increase. Demand for its product could increase to 1,50,000. It is, as it is saying, 10% increase in the market share. So market share is 5 lakh, the whole market demand is 5 lakh. Of that 10% is 50,000. So that will increase. So it will make 1 lakh plus 50,000, that is 1,50,000 per annum. Share of Cool Air Limited required. Analyze the cost of the poor quality per annum due to the supply of the defective items to the customer. Analyze the cost of the poor quality. So we have to identify the cost of the poor quality, and second the customer. How many sub questions are there in this? Okay, what we will do is we will do one by one. First, analyze the cost of the poor quality. So what would be the cost? First will be first cost will be 5000 into, because 5000 units are there which are returned, and that we have to we will incur a cost of 900 plus assembly 500 plus delivery 100, that is amounting to 1500. So 1500 into 5000, that is 75 lakh. And the second cost which we will incur is, if this would not have been returned, so there would have been a sale of 50,000 unit, additional 50,000, because we would have gained as they have written in the last part of the question. So 50,000 into contribution loss, that is 1000 is the contribution. So 50,000 into 1, that is 5 crore. So we are incurring the quality cost of 5 crore plus 75 lakh, that is 5 crore 75 lakh. We will read out this solution. I will not go in much detail in explaining the concept, how this amount, as I said earlier also, because it will defeat the purpose of the revision. My basic purpose is to revise the entire syllabus in a shortest time possible, so that it could be helpful for you. So I would not be explaining much in this solution part also. Just I am reading this for your sake, just for the wordings. Customer demands for the Cool Air products is 1 lakh. However, 5000 defective units supplied are to be replaced free of charge. Therefore, the total number of the items supplied to the customer per annum are 5 lakh, 1 lakh plus 5000 units. 5000 units. Because of this replacement thing, they are supplying 1,05,000. The cost of the replacement would include the cost of the raw material plus assembly, matching cost, and delivery cost. That is 5000 units is equal to cost of the that is cost of 5000 units is equal to the cost of 5000 unit into 900 plus 500 plus 100 unit is equal to 5000 into 1500, that is 75 lakh rupees per annum. Therefore the cost further, had the sales return not happened, the market share would have increased by 50,000 rupees, 50,000 units, sorry. The contribution is 1000 per unit. So for 50,000 units, contribution had been 5 crore. Therefore the total therefore the cost of the poor quality per annum cost is poor cost of the poor quality is equal to cost of the replacement plus cost of the contribution lost as such. So cost of replacement is 75 lakh plus, this is the formula, basically you have to remember this. What is the cost of poor quality? So cost of poor quality is cost of replacement, what cost we are incurring to replace that product, plus contribution loss, that is 5 crore, that's 5 crore, the amount into 5 crore 75 lakh. Question number 2, subpart 2. The company management is considering the proposal to implement an inspection process immediately before the delivery of the product to the customer. This would ensure a nil. So they are considering an inspection process immediately before the delivery. So even if it is before delivery, the entire cost would have been incurred till the time of delivery. That is what we can say, 900 plus 900 plus 500 plus 100. Okay, this would no, that 100 won't be incurred. So that 100 we will save actually. We would have incurred this 1400, so 100 we will save. So how they have calculated is, I will show. uh, the cost of the such a facility, that is inspection facility which they are installing, is 2 crore. This would include the material and the equipment for the quality check, overheads and the utilities, salary to the quality control inspector, etc. This 2 crore, this is the bifurcation, but they haven't given the exact bifurcation. This is just a say purpose, just for say purpose. Then analyze the net benefit, if any, to the company if it had implement this proposal. So what would be the net benefit? See, first of all, if the inspection has been done, so none of the defective product would have been supplied to the customer. So in short, there won't be any sales return. So we will not be this time we will not incur that contribution loss of 5 crore. So we will be gaining that 5 crore plus. For that 5000, what we have done is saved 100 rupees for the delivery, because the delivery cost we had saved, even though we had incurred the raw material and the other, that 400 rupees cost, 500 rupees cost of 1400, but we will save that 100. So 5000 into 100, that is 5 lakh. This cost we will save, that is 5 crore 5 lakh we will save, and we are incurring 2 crore rupees for that. So net benefit will be 3 crore 5 lakh. We will read out the solution quickly. I think you would have understood what I said. Inspection at the end of the process would defect. Sorry, inspection at the end of the process would defect. Defects before delivery to the customer. This would ensure that the sales return would be nil. So if they are detected before only, so sales return will be nil. Given in the problem, 5000 units supplied are defective and would need to be replaced. In other words, they need to be manufactured again. So they need to be manufactured again. In other words, the inspection after production before the delivery to the consumer would not prevent the production and the production of the defective unit. So the inspection at the delivery stage will not prevent the production of the defective product as such. So defective product will be produced, so they will incur the cost, but what they will save in this is the 100 rupees, that is which they would have incurred for the delivery part. So in other words, the inspection after okay, this is done. However, compared to the current scenario, since these defective units have not been delivered to the customer, the cost of the additional delivery of replaced product would be saved. This saving is an extra delivery cost is 5000 into 100, that is 5 lakh per annum. Further, had the sales return not happened, the market share would have been increased by 50,000 units, contribution of 1000. So for 5000, for 50,000 units, it would 5 crore per annum. Therefore the total benefit from the inspection process will inspection process before the delivery to the customer, saving on the delivery cost plus contribution from the, that is total saving is Saving from the delivery, that is 5 lakh, plus contribution from the incremental sale, that is 5 crore, that is 5 crore 5 lakh per annum. The cost of the company to maintain the good quality, that's inspection cost specifically, good quality for its product through inspection is 2 crore. Therefore the net benefit the company would the benefit to the company would be 3 crore 5 lakh. Okay, we'll move on to the next part. Quality control investigation reveals that the defective production is entirely on account of the inferior quality raw material components produced from the large base of 30 supplier. Currently there is no inspection at the procurement stage. So this inspection which they had done in the subpart 2 is at the last, but there isn't any inspection at the supplier point at the time of purchasing as well. So currently, there is no inspection at the procurement stage to check the quality of this material. The management has a proposal to have an inspector check the quality at the procurement stage itself. Any defective raw material component will be replaced free of cost by the supplier. So any defect we find at that stage itself, it will be replaced by the supplier at free of cost. So it won't cost anything to us. So we will be not costing any material cost as well if we replace it with the supplier. This will ensure that no product produced by the Cool Air is defective. The cost of inspection for the uh, quality quality control material equipment salary inspector would be 4 crore per annum. Analyze the net benefit the company if it implemented its proposal. Please note that that the scenario in this question and question 2 and 3 are independent and are not related to each other. Okay, that is fine. So means we have to solve this as an independent what do you can say, sub question. So we are incurring 4 crore at the beginning itself. So 4 crore is the cost. The gain would be 5 crore because we would not there would won't be any sales return. And the entire cost in second part we had saved only 100 rupees the delivery cost, and in this we will save all, that is 900 plus 500 plus 100, that is 1500 we will save for entire 5000. So 75 lakh we will save. So how it will be worked out as 5 crore plus 75 lakh minus 4 crore, it will amount to 1 crore 75 lakh. So we'll run through the solution. Inspection cost, so the benefit would be 1 crore 75 lakh, that is 5 crore benefit by not returning, then 75 lakh by not incurring any cost, that is material delivery and all cost. So that would be the saving, and 4 crore is the cost. Okay. inspection of the raw material at the procurement stage Inspection of the raw material at the procurement stage could entirely eliminate the defective production. The benefit would be twofold. Current replacement cost for 5,000 units will no longer be incurred. Secondly, due to the better customer perception, the market share would increase, resulting in an increased contribution revenue to the company. In other words, the cost of the poor quality will be nil. And as explained in the solution 1, the cost of the poor quality per annum is equal to cost of poor quality is cost of replacement plus contribution lost from the lost sales, 75 lakh plus 5 crore is equal to 5 crore 75 lakh per annum. This would be benefit by implementing the proposal. So this amount we will benefit by implementing the proposal. The Cool Air has to incur an inspection cost to ensure that highest standard of quality, 0% defect, which would cost 4 crore. Therefore the net benefit to the company would be 1 crore 75 lakh, that is 5.75 cr minus 4 cr is 1.75 cr. Fourth subpart is just an analysis. That is our advice part. Between the inspection at the end of the process, as we had done in part 3, and the inspection of the raw material at the end of the process, sorry, as we had done in part 2, and inspection of raw material at the procurement stage, advise a better proposal to implement A in terms of the profitability, and B in terms of the business long term business strategy. So in terms of profitability, if we will see, uh, inspection at the end was beneficial as it was giving a benefit of net benefit of 3.05 cr, and which is more than 1.75 cr in the third part. And if we see from the long term business strategy, so supplying procuring the not procuring the defective product from the supplier at the initial stage only, and not incurring any material cost, so that will benefit us in the long period. So we will not be producing the defective product. So the customer had to see, so the manufacturer had to see both thing, and as well as they have to see the cost benefit ratio also. It is not that okay, they will incur a huge cost on the inspection at the procurement stage, and but they will benefit a less. So they have to maintain a balance even though there are some defective products being purchased. So they have to majorly maintain the balance. We will read the answer. The proposal to implement the inspection immediately before the delivery of the goods to the customer result in the net benefit of 3 lakh 5 crore 3 crore 5 lakh. Alternatively, the proposal to implement the inspection at the raw material procurement stage. So if it is procurement stage, then the benefit will be 1 crore 75 lakh. Therefore, from the profitability point of view, inspection immediately before the delivery of the goods to the customer would be preferred option. Then part B, the that is from long term perspective. They have asked, okay, which proposal would be better. So this does not give the proper answer which proposal to select, but we have to maintain the balance, that even though we are buying, we are not incurring that much cost on the initial inspection. In short, we would be buying some defective product as well, but then too we would be gaining also at the same point of time. The drawback of the inspection at the end of the process is that it cannot prevent the production of the defective goods. So production, it will not prevent from production of the defective goods. Then second, informing information regarding the root cause of the defective production. It is in this case, the supply of the defective raw material will not get tracked. Supply of the defective product will not get tracked, then it will not prevent from production of the defective product. Therefore, inspection at the end of the product does not contribute to resolving the root cause of the production. On the other hand, the inspection at the procurement stage can eliminate the production and defective goods. This will ensure a much higher quality of production, better utilization of the resources, and production capacity. Therefore, for the long so on the other hand, if the inspection is at the procurement stage, it will eliminate the production of the defect, the opposite of the first problem. Then wait a second. Currently, the cost of ensuring the quality is 100%. The cost of ensuring 100% quality is quite high. That is 4 CR. However, due to its long-term benefit, Cool Air Limited may consider some minimum essential quality control check. So, if they are not they are not installing all the quality checks, but at least some should be installed, that some defective are reduced and they don't have to incur much cost also. Therefore, due to the long-term benefit, Cool Air Limited may consider some minimum essential quality control checks at the procurement stage. Although the selective quality checks might not ensure complete elimination of the defect of the production, it can contribute towards reducing it. It will not eliminate entire purchase of the defective product, but it will eliminate the cost to a certain extent. At the same time, the cost of the selective quality check would not be so high as to override its benefit. To determine the extent of the quality control inspection, Cool Air Limited should determine its tolerance level for defective production, and so it has to basically, it is based on the company, that to determine the extent of the quality inspection, Cool Air Limited should determine its tolerance limit for defective product and do an analysis of the quality trade-off. Simple. Cool Air Limited should determine its tolerance limit for the defective production tolerance limit that they have to check. What is their tolerance, how much cost they can bear, and do the analysis of the quality and trade-off, and basically then do the analysis of the quality, how much quality and how much cost they can what you can say, how much cost they can bear. According to that, they have to. Okay, actually what I'm looking is, this is the solution, okay. So we are left with three questions, third, fourth and fifth. All three are easy. It actually, the second one was quite long, just because of the theory as such. If it is a numeric sum, it will go fast. Okay, third question. Actually, it though it is consuming time, only 55 minutes have been passed, since we had only done 5 questions, 3 illustration and 2 test your knowledge. Let it be, but we'll do correct and in perfect manner. 3 sums are left. Okay. ESK Limited, manufacturer of the single product which requires the 3 component. The company purchase one of the component from the 3 supplier. So it manufactures the product. It requires 3 component, and that the component it purchases from the 3 different supplier. The details is given as below. That because the suppliers are charging 243, 234 and 260. The percentage of the defective of the total receipt from each supplier, the percentage of the defective product which we receive is 3%, 5% and 2%. If the defective are not detected, they are utilized in the production, causing a damage of 200 per 100 units of the component. So if these defective products are not identified at the time of the production, it will lead to a cost of 200 rupees for every 100 units of the component. This total requirements are 12,000 units of the components. Okay, so 12,000 in all component is required. So in short, we should purchase from DE, PE or ZE. Their defective rates are given, their price are given. If this defective are not been identified, we will incur a cost of 200 rupees for every 100 units of the input, and the in all requirement is 12,000 units. The company intend to introduce a system of inspection at the for the component on the receipt. The inspection cost is estimated at 26 per 26 rupees per 100 units of the component, such as inspection will be able to detect only 90% of them. So it is trying to install an inspection system which will cost 26 rupees for every 100 units, 100 component, and that such a inspection will able to detect only 90%. So even if that as inspection system installed, of the entire defect we will only identify the 90%. Okay, no payment will be made for the component found defective in the inspection. So earlier, since no defective product which we are finding as such on the procurement, we are paying for the entire amount. But in this case, for the 90% of the defects, we will not pay to the supplier, and we will pay just for the balance. Okay, means the quantity which is not defective plus the 10% of the defective, because they were unidentified. Okay, required price. Advise whether inspection at the point of the receipt is justified, and second, which of the 3 supplier should be asked to supply. So the second part is the just an analysis part. The first part is the calculation part, that where to justify the inspection at the point of receipt is justified or not, the incurring of cost is justified or not. So how we have to proceed with, we'll prepare first statement showing the computation of the effective cost of the inspection, particulars DE, PE and ZE. First, number of the units we will write 12,000. Then defective expected, that percentage which they have given 3%, 5% and 2%, we will apply on 12,000. So on 12,000, 3% is 360, 5% is 600 and 2% is 240. The cost of the component is, so how to identify, how to get the cost is 12,000 units, and the table which they are given also. See, price quoted by supplier per 100 units, for every 100 it is 240. So how to get the price of DE supplier is 12,000 divided by 100 into 240. For PE, 12,000 divided by 100 into 234, and similarly for ZE, 12,000 divided by 100 into 260. Like that we will find the cost of the product, then cost of the defective product. So in the first, in the DE part, we had got 360 units defective, so 360 divided by 100 multiplied by 200. In second part we had found out 600 into 600 divided by 100 into 200, and ZE 240 divided by 600, sorry, divided by 100 into 200. We'll see in the solution itself. See, purchase component you got, how we identify 28800 28080 and 31200. Then add production of the damaged defective product, so 360 divided by 100 into 200. Like that way this cost we find out, the defective cost of the defective damaged product. Okay, sorry, we will add this both cost. So we got a total of 29 520, 29 280 and 31 680. The how much were the good component were? So 12,000 minus 360, 12,000 minus 600 and 12,000 minus 240. We will write the number of good component and we will find out the cost of 100 per good component. And uh, this calculation was without the initial inspection. And if we install the initial inspection by incurring 26 rupees per 100 component cost, so what would be the cost per unit in that situation? So yeah, the same way we'll write the unit supplied defective, defects not expected. So this is the 10%. We were in all getting 360 as defect. Of that, 90% is 324 and 10% is 36. Similarly 60 540 24 216. Okay, so we would be paying for 12,000 minus 324. We would be paying for this much to the supplier. And we would not be paying for 324. So actually we will be paying for 12,000 minus 360. First, that figure, that is 11,640. 11,640 plus 36, we would be paying for that. Okay, so 11,000 plus 6 for 36 is 11676, 11460 and 11784 component paid for. So you would have got how we got component paid for is 12,000 minus 324 plus 36. We don't have to identify in this way actually. See, I will say how this 11676 came. First what you do is 12,000 minus 360, we will get 11640 plus 36. Okay, similarly do it for P also and ZD also. Then cost of the component will be how much we had paid for, that is 11676 divided by 100 into the same cost, that is 240 234 and respective cost, that is what was the cost actually, 240 234 and 260. And then we will add the inspection cost. How the inspection cost will be added as 12,000 divided by 100 into 26, so it will be 3120 for every supplier. And then the damage goods, for the 10% we are incurring still 200 for every 100 component. So how much is the defective product? 36, 60 and 24. So 36 divided by 100 multiplied by 200, we get 72. 60 divided by 100 into 200, we will get 120, and the same goes to the last one ZD, that is 48. So the total cost will be 28. So cost of component plus inspection plus production of the damage of the defective, we will add up all the cost, and the cost of the good component will be the same, 11640, that is 12,000 minus 360. In the other part is 12,000 minus 600, that is 11400, and the last one 12,000 minus 240, that is 11760. We will get the cost per 100 good components. Okay, so now we will compare. So if we can see, After inspection, the cost is incurring from 253 to 268, 256 to 263, and 269 to 287. So this is not inspection would not be preferred as such. The initial inspection will be costlier, so we will not go for that proposal, and we'll continue with the earlier one only. But if we see from the long term perspective, if we going to see, then inspection incurring the inspection cost would be preferable. Okay, we will read the solution part. See, they had asked to justify, advise whether the inspection at the point of the receipt is justified. Advice whether the inspection at the point of the receipt is justified on comparing of the cost under the situation A, B above. A was before inspection and B was after inspection. We find that it will not be economical to install the system of the inspection. This is from the viewpoint of the financial angle. That is, it is as such we are incurring a high cost in part B. Further, we also need to consider that presently many organizations are undergoing just-in-time implementation. JIT aims to find a way of working and managing to eliminate the waste in the processes. Achievement of these is ensured through the eliminating the need of the performance incoming inspection. Inspection does not reduces the number of the defects. Inspection does not reduces the number of the defect. We can just find out, okay, how much is the defective product purchased, but it will not reduce the defect. It does not help in improving the quality, and also it does not help in improving the quality as well. In general, inspection does not add value to the product. It simply serves as a mean of identifying the defects the supplier has failed to recognize subsequent to the manufacture of the product. Which the supplier has failed to identify the defects, the same defect we are identifying, that's all. It is not improving the anything quality for us. Then as the matter of the fact, organization implementing the just in time are seeking eventually to eliminate the needs of performing incoming inspection activity through a combination of reducing the supplier base, selection through quality, and vendors development. I will read the para again. As the matter of the fact, organization implementing the just-in-time are seeking eventually to eliminate the needs of performing the incoming inspection activity through the combination of reducing the supplier base, selection through the quality qualifications, and vendor development. So every supplier nowadays is trying, every customer is trying to find out such a supplier that they get a good quality product from the beginning itself. The vendor development and its proper management seeks to assist the supplier who maintains an interest in striving to provide 100% defect free material and parts. To so to decision whether the inspection cost at the point of receipt is justified or not will also depend on the qualitative factor as well. Okay. And then so what they had asked in this second part is, which of the three supplier should be asked to supply. So if we look into table A, that is before inspection, so which supplier would be preferable? See, who is supplying at lower cost is first one, that is DE, and if after inspection who is supplier at lower cost is PE, the second column, PE. So the same solution would have been given. On comparing the buying cost of the component under the different situation as analyzed and advised above, if the company decide not to install the system, that is part A, supplier D would be the cheaper, otherwise supplier PE would be cheaper, and the company may choose the supplier accordingly. So we are done with this question. Can be solved by assuming the receipt of the good component as the requirement, that is 12,000. Okay, that is fine. We will read the question for the fourth one. A customer, I think this question you would have understood. I have went a little fast, or I don't know exactly, but I try to explain to the best I can. Question number fourth: the company produces and sells a single product. The cost data per unit for the year 2019 is direct material 35, direct labor 25, variable cost 15, and selling price is 90. The company had has forecast that the demand for the product 2019 will be demand will be 28,000 units. However, to satisfy this level of the demand, production quantity will be increased. There will be no opening stock and the closing stock for the product. The stock level for the material remains unchanged during the throughout the period. The following additional information relating to the cost and the revenue are given. So till now it was none of this information was useful. There is no opening and closing stock, that is okay. Thus we have to remember there are that is the demand is for 28,000 units, so the end supply is 28,000. So how much we have to produce? So if we see, we have to produce a little more. So when there is a defect also, that product will be get deducted. For instance, we have to supply 100, so we have to produce 120. 20 will be, for instance, might be defective, so 20 will be defective and 100 we will supply. So 120 minus 20 will be 100 we have to supply. So 28,000 is the quantity which there is a demand for. Okay. Following additional information regarding the cost and the revenue are given. This is also much simpler question. We have to just do just reverse calculation for each stage. Find out the units that were required, find out the difference between them, and the cost incurred. We have to multiply by the cost incurred. We will get the exact cost at that point of time. Okay. Following additional information regarding the cost and the revenue are given. 12.5% of the delivered items delivered to the customer, so this is after delivery, will be rejected due to the specification failure. So this is an external failure and will require free replacement. Okay, so we will incur a cost for that. The cost for the delivery of the replacement is 5 per unit. Okay, so this is in addition to the cost. The cost which we will incur is this also. Material cost 35, direct labor 25, variable 15, plus and a replacement cost of 5. So you just don't multiply directly the quantity with this 5. We have to add up all this and then multiply with the quantity. 20% of the item produced will be discovered faulty at the inspection stage before they are delivered to the customer. So this is internal failure. So 20% will be find out faulty before they are delivered to the customer. Okay, this is precondition. Then after installing, that is prevention and appraisal cost, what will be the internal and external failure that their question is given. Okay, 10% of the direct material will be scrapped during the scrapped due to the damage. Material will be scrapped due to the damage while in storage. So this will be damaged at the beginning itself. So so for that 10% of the quantity, we will incur a cost of just 35. There can't be any labor cost involved in that. So just material has been damaged while storage, so 35 will be the cost. We will multiply by 35 with the respective quantity. Due to the above quality cost due to the above this three situation which they have given, the total quality cost for the year is expected to be 10 lakh 75,556. So this is the total figure in all. So this we have to bifurcate, divide in between internal and the, what we can say, internal failure cost and the external failure. And there isn't any prevention and appraisal in the first case, that is the pre case. Now the second part, the company is now considering the following proposal to introduce the training program for the worker, which the management of the company believes will, so they are introducing a training program which the company believes will reduce the level of the faulty production to 10%. So the one which they are incurring 20% of the faulty will reduce to 10. This we will save. This training will program will cost 4,50,000. So this is the prevention cost. So in table, actually we have to prepare a table. Assume that how the table will look like. 3-column table. In first column we will write out particulars, and in below that prevention cost, appraisal cost, then internal failure, external failure, and the total cost. In total cost, and the second and third column will be for the pre proposal, and the third and third column will be for post proposal, that is this proposal thing after prevention and appraisal cost. So in pre there won't be any prevention and appraisal, but there will be internal and external, and that total will be amounting to 10 lakh 75 556. And for post proposal, in prevention column, prevention cost, we will have to write 4 lakh 50,000 to avail this service of the quality control consultant at an annual charges of 50,000, which would reduce the, so this is an quality control, so this is an appraisal cost basically, which will reduce the percentage of the faulty item delivered to the customer. So before no, not before delivery, so faulty item will not be delivered. So basically this is an external failure, which has been reduced to 9.5. Earlier it was 12.5. Okay. Required. Prepare the statement of the expected quality cost of the company, which would incur if it accept the proposal. So what will be the cost if it accept the proposal? Cost to be calculated using the four recognized quality cost heads. So as I said, to prepare a table that four cost, on that basis we have to identify the total cost. So as such, I had explained how to proceed with the question, and might be you would have also revised the solution once at least, so and so that I can move fast a little with this solution part. So see, this is the solution. Particulars, current situation, proposed situation, prevention cost, appraisal will be nil in the current situation, external and internal, this will find out the figures from the below calculation working. Total cost is which they have given in the question itself, that is 10 lakh 75 7,556. Proposed situation, prevention was 4 lakh 50, appraisal was 50,000, external and internal we will calculate from the working note below. Okay, so working note, customer demand is 28,000, number of the unit dispatched to the customer. So how much it would be required to dispatch? So earlier it was 12.5% defect, so it will be divided by 87.5%, and it has been reduced to 9.5, so it will be divided by 90.5%. So respective units we will get 32,000 and 30,939 for the current and proposed respectively. So number of the unit replaced is the difference, 32,000 minus 28 and 30,939 minus 28,000, and that will be multiplied with the external failure cost, which I already discussed, that is 35 plus 25 plus 15 plus 5 rupees 5 rupees replacement cost. So the respective cost will be 4,000 units into this 35 plus 25 amounting to 50 60 70 80, so 4,000 into 80, that is 3 lakh 20, and 2939 multiplied by 80, that is 235 120 respectively. Okay, so this will write in the external failure cost. See, and internal will be, so this much unit we need to dispatch, 32 and 3939. For dispatching this much unit we need to produce this much unit. So for production, and also there are defects in internal and the storage at the time of storage as well. So we have to just reverse calculate it. So first we'll write 32 and 3939 at the beginning. Number of the units dispatched 32 9 30 and 39 39. That figure will be divided by the, in question they have given 20% was the internal failure cost earlier, and after proposal it was 10%. So respectively divided by 80 and divided by 90. So that much units. Find out the difference, 40,000 minus 32, 8,000 and 3438 respectively, multiplied by the cost. So internal failure cost will be 35 plus 25 plus 15. Just that the difference is just that 5% replacement cost we will not incur in this. So we'll multiply respectively, so we will get 6 lakh and 257. Okay, and material scrapped will be 40,000 divided by 90%, as they've given scrap is 10% at the time of the storage. So in both cases it is 10%. So 40,000 divided by 90%, 377 divided by 90%, which amounts to, and of that we are directly multiplied by 10% itself. So 4,444 and 3819.67 units, that we will multiply with only 35. See, as I said, we are not incurring any other cost for that, only just material cost, that is multiply by 35 respective cost, and add both, that is D and E, we will get the total internal failure cost. So see, in this only they have written in internal failure, so we'll get the total cost. Now if we see the entire cost after proposal is which is greater than which is greater by approx 50,000. So from financial point if we will see, we should not go for the proposal, but if we see for the long term period, proposal is beneficial because it will because when we deliver faulty product or to the customer, our reputation and image decreases, that is goes down. So by incurring prevention and appraisal cost, we are reducing the external and internal failure, that is beneficial for the company for the long period. So recommendation, second point, that only they asked, a required part, would you recommend the proposal give the financial and non-financial reason? So always for the financial reason we have to just see just the figure which is beneficial in cost term, cost and profit term, and for non-financial always see the long-term perspective which is beneficial. Okay. Recommendation, on the pure financial ground, the company should not accept the proposal because there is an increase of 51,102 in quality cost. However, there may be cost other factors to consider, as the company might enhance its reputation as the company had care as the company that cares about the quality uh, cares. However, there there may be other factors to consider, as the company may enhance its reputation as the company that cares about the quality product, that is, and that may increase the company's market share. Okay, I will read it again, I have not read properly. However, there may be other factors also, this is just a financial, there may be other factors also to consider, as the company to enhance its reputation as the company that cares about the quality product, and that may increase the customer market share, company market share. On the balance, the company should accept the proposal to improve its long term performance. So if the company see from the long term perspective, it is better to incur, even though it is incurring 50,000, 51,000 more, but for the long term purpose this is the beneficial option. So on the balance of the company, on balance the company should accept the proposal to improve its long term performance. It will improve its long term performance, long term image and all. We'll move on to fifth question. Okay, this is the last question, and the simpler one also. In this also what I will do is read question, I will explain it in quick properly, and then just read out the answer, because there is not much an answer. The solution part, the text which they are given is Z Plus Security manufactures the surveillance camera equipment that are sold to the various office establishment. The firm also install the equipment at the current client's place to ensure. Okay, the firm also install it at the client's place also to ensure that it works properly. Each camera is sold for 2,500. Direct material cost is, it is sold for 2,500. Direct material cost is 1,000. So the contribution is 1,500. 1,500. This 100 is the only variable cost. All the other costs are fixed. Below is the information of the manufacturing and the installation of the equipment. So the annual capacity which it has for the manufacturing is, it can produce 750 cameras, but it can install only what you can say 500. So even if it has a 750 capacity for production, it can install only 500. So there is no need basically, if we see, to produce the further 250 units, because it cannot install. Yearly Actually yearly production in the installation camera unit is 500 and 500. So on that basis they had manufactured also 500 and they had installed also 500. Okay, now required part, the question below has separate scenario and are not related to each other. So this all three are separate scenario. First, identify the bottleneck in the operation cycle that ZPS should focus on improving. Give the reasoning for your answer. Okay, what is the bottleneck? So bottleneck is the installation activity, because it can manufacture 750 but it cannot install 750. So that is a bottleneck for the manufacturing company. Okay. First, identification of the bottleneck. Installation of the camera is the bottleneck. As I said, installation is the bottleneck. Installation of the camera is the bottleneck in the operation cycle. The annual capacity of the manufacturing and the installation are given to be 750 units, and installation, manufacturing and installation is given as 750 and 500 units respectively. The actual capacity utilization is 500 camera. Sorry, actual capacity utilization is 500 camera unit, which is the maximum capacity for the installation process. Although ZPS can additionally manufacture 250 camera units, it is constrained by the maximum unit that can be installed. Therefore, it is constrained by that 250 because it cannot install, so it is a constraint. Therefore, the number of the units manufactured is limited to 500. So what the company has did, only manufactured only 500 actual production of the camera units, subordinating to the bottleneck installation operation. Therefore, ZPS should focus on improving the installation process. Though as the bottleneck is the installation process, so ZPS should focus on improving the installation process so that it can be beneficial for the company. Second part, an improvement in the installation technique could increase the number of the installation to 550. So that if there is an improvement in installation, it can install 550 camera. This would involve an additional expenditure of 40,000. Advise ZPS whether they should implement this technique. So we have to see from the financial point whether it will be beneficial or not by incurring the cost of 40,000. So what benefit we will gain, extra benefit we will gain is, till now we are installing 500 units. So for additional 50 camera installation, we will gain a contribution of 1500, because selling price 250, 2500 minus 1000 is 1500. 1500 into 50, we will get 75,000, and minus 40,000 is the additional cost, so 35,000 we will gain. So it is advisable to accept the proposal, this technique as such. So answer, improving the capacity. So it is advisable to improve the capacity. Improving the capacity of the installation technique. Every camera sold increases the throughput contribution by 1500, that is 2500 minus 1000 cost, variable cost. By improving the current installation technique, an additional of 50 camera can be sold and installed. This would involve and total expenditure of 40,000. Hence the incremental benefit would be increase in the throughput contribution, that is 50 cameras unit into 1500 contribution, that is 75,000 minus 40,000, that is amounting to 35,000. Since the annual incremental benefit is 35,000 per annum, ZPS should implement this improvement to installation technique. It should implement the installation improvement to the installation technique, the current bottleneck operation, Okay, the last part and the last, as it is the last part of the chapter 2, we will read out. The engineers have identified the ways to improve the manufacturing technique that would increase the production by 1500 units. This would involve the cost of 100 per camera. So for increasing this manufacturing to 1006, increasing by 1150, that is it will amount to total 650. 500 it is manufacturing plus 150, and it will involve a cost of 100 per camera unit due to the necessary changes to be made to the direct material. Advise ZPS whether they should implement this new technique or not. So what will be the solution? First we have to think that, and then we will go to read the text part. So see, even though it is manufacturing 650 or let us say 700, it is not beneficial until and unless it can install more than 500. So even though it is gaining for this 150, what company would be gaining is 1500 as a contribution, and in that return it is incurring just a cost of 100. But that is not important. It will create it will be a kind of inventory pile up for the company, because it will not able to install. So it is, at the end it will be a cost to the company. So it is not advisable to manufacture more until and unless company can install more. So we will read the solution. Improving the manufacturing capacity. Every camera sold increases increases the throughput contribution by 1500 per camera unit. So every camera which is sold increases the throughput contribution by 1500 per camera unit. By improving the camera, there is sale price 2500 minus 1000. By improving the current manufacturing technique, so by improving manufacturing technique, an additional 150 camera can be produced. This would cost 100 per camera unit due to the necessary changes to be made in the direct material. Therefore the number of the unit manufactured can be increases to 650, 500 plus 150. However, the unit production of 150 camera will not translate into additional sale. Even though they have manufactured, it will not result into sale because it cannot install, because each sale also requires installation of ZPS. In the year, only 500 camera installation can be made, leading to an inventory pileup of 150 camera. This is detrimental to ZPS, since it does not earn any contribution by holding the inventory. See, it will not earn by holding the inventory. It has to install for earning that 1500 contribution. Therefore ZPS should not go ahead with the proposal to improve the manufacturing. So they should not go ahead for manufacturing 650, because current 500 manufacturing is proper, as they can install only 500 cameras. So by this we complete our second chapter as well. This has consumed actually much more time, that is 1 hour 30 minutes. If you, after seeing this video or after a proper 1 or 2 revision, you can revise this 8 question, basically 3 illustration and 5 test and knowledge, in not more than, I can say, 30 minutes also. So even though this video is a little longer, it is okay, but the next time you can ensure that you have to revise this in less than 30 minutes, so that it can be beneficial for you. Okay, thank you. Next video will be uploaded as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.